Right, so now we're going to demonstrate how to polish and file these little thumb grips on here. So the first thing I do is I take my file, this is a chainsaw file, and I take the file at about a 45-degree angle and I file each one of these circular notches. And I've done 5 of them. I start in the center and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get 5 evenly spaced notches. Filed out. Then I take my microscope and I take a microscopic picture and a video of the scratches in the steel. Then I begin to polish with sandpapers. So what I do is I take the file that I have used to file the little circular divots, and then I start with 220 grit sandpaper, and basically what I do is I use the same file that I used to make the depressions, and I wrap that 220 sandpaper around the file, and then I go into the grooves and I sand the grooves with the sandpaper wrapped around the file. I do that with 220, and I go to 400, same thing, wrap 400, and I do the same thing, 400, and I go to 600, and I double these papers over. So this is doubled paper so that I don't get any file scratches coming through. So I wrap it nice and tight, and then I start again, and I go through all 5 of these little cuts, polish them up with 600. And I also go a bit further than that. I'll actually go to 1,000, but just so that you can see how this looks after 600. These are the 600 grit polished divots. Now I'll turn it over and I'll do the back side, and I'll do the little triangular cuts the same way. So here we have the side of the knife with the little triangular cuts in between the dished round cuts on the back side. And those were cut with a triangular file. Same thing, 45 degrees, and in between each one of those round cuts is a triangular cut. Now, all right, now they're all polished up down to 1,000 grit inside those grooves. Now they're ready to go to the buffing wheel, where I'll start with probably a diamond compound and buff them up. But this knife has not yet been heat treated, so this is just the preliminary work. The final polish doesn't happen until after it comes back heat treated and tempered to something around a 60, maybe a 62 on the Rockwell C hardness scale. Okay, so just for fun, I took the knife over to the buffing wheel and I buffed it with diamond compound. Not that it's finished. This still has to go to heat treating and get tempered, but just wanted to show you how it can look, and it will look when it's finished. The jewel work with the little files has been pretty nice. It's going to look something like my older knife, which is this one. I've had this for many years, made it quite a long time ago, and it has the same characteristic chainsaw circular cut with the triangular file diamond cuts in between. So this is the product, and they will all come out like this.